don't do this at home. But all the rest is totally fine and you should trust me. Hi everyone, my name is Tess. You may or may not have seen me eating my way through theme parks across the country. There's cinnamon up my nose. Not something I'm currently doing. So instead, when we were thinking about what I should do next, we thought, why not walk people through Jewish food, which is some of the most incredible food in the world, and some recipes that I look back on so fondly. Again, you may or may not have noticed that I'm quite Jewish. Worst Jew, arrow tip. And also looks like if my mom set Rosh Hashanah on fire. Anyway, we're gonna start with brisket, which just makes a lot of sense to me because it is salty, it is sweet, it can last you an entire week if you do it right, which obviously we are going to with my mother's help. She'll make sure we do it right.
Oh, you are my daughter.
One thing we won't be doing is perpetuating myths around Jewish people that are running rampant on the internet. Not me, not in this economy. But yeah, this is Slightly Kosher. Welcome to it. I should start off by saying that this recipe that we're working with here today is an adaptation of a really old Joan Nathan recipe, real Jews will know, that she published, I think in the New York Times, like the year 2003. What we're gonna do here today are a bunch of like classic Liz Coleman tweaks, as well as make a few more tweaks that I have deemed really good because again, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to things like this. Okay, so the first tweak we're making here is in the original recipe. The author calls for 1 onion blended in its entirety. I mean, you like chop it up first so as not to kill everyone involved, but in the food processor with the rest of the sauce ingredients. That's not what I do. I kind of enjoy throwing a bunch of root vegetable-y type things at the bottom of the roasting pan so that like all of the sauce that's bubbling just covers it in its entirety, and then again you have like a fully rounded meal. So instead of just throwing an onion in the food processor, we're gonna chop it up, as well as some potatoes, some fennel, because we're some crazy ass over here, and some carrots. Growing up, my mom always used to make, still does make brisket, specifically for Hanukkah, Rosh Hashanah, and sometimes Passover if she has the bandwidth and I am there to help her. And what she'll do when she's feeding a gigantic group of people is make, I wanna say like a 20-pound, like it's huge. That's not what we're gonna do here today, but again, what I don't do is change the quantities of the sauce ingredients, so that way when you're working with like a smaller protein than originally intended, and you keep the sauce levels the same, you're essentially drenching your protein in like what is meant to be not that much sauce. It just tastes so much better. Brisket is historically considered to be like a Jewish adjacent kind of meat. Carrot peels all over the floor. I don't care. We're into brisket as like a holiday occasion because it takes a very long time to get it to be a proper consistency. Tenderness is the word. I, a chef, know this. So rather than dedicating like 8 hours or potentially even like 24 to a meal, you wanna know that you're gonna get a lot out of it. And when better to do that than when you're hosting 17,000 people in your home? Not this year, probably. Please don't do that. I'm just gonna quarter these potatoes, again, just for like, ooh, don't copy that technique. Just so again, when they're at the bottom of the pan and they get all melty in brisket juice, that they're gonna be more of an easier mouthful by the time they come out. Same thing with onions, the fennel, just moving these potatoes over so we can get to slicing our fennel, which I don't think I'm gonna slice it actually, I think I'm gonna chunk it. I just like the idea of getting gigantic hearty bites of vegetables at the bottom of the pan when I start scraping up all that sauce we're gonna get. Fennel is quite divisive. Also, if you know me, you'll know I'm a person who, am I recording? Yes, I am. Who likes black licorice and anything with any kind of like licorice-y undertone. So my husband just told me it's weird that I'm sitting on the counter chopping vegetables. I don't think it's weird, I think it's intimate. I like this new intimate vibe we have going here. Feels like new and exciting for us. I don't know why you're so convinced I'm gonna break it. Now that we've gone ahead and done whatever it was we needed to do the vegetables, which definitely I did all by myself very quickly with no help from anyone else who lives in this apartment, we are gonna go ahead and put together that sauce that I continue to talk about. The sauce is, what a stupid thing to say, but truly the most crucial part of this entire thing because the brisket is going to lay in it for hours on hours on hours. It is going to be sweet and salty and almost bitter a little bit, but it's gonna be so good. It's just gonna all mold together, melt together. morph together is the word I was looking for, in a way that is going to blow your mind. So yeah, I'm excited to put all of the sauce ingredients into the food processor together, which I will do with confidence and poise. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Let's start with the onions. Throw them right into the food processor exactly as they're sliced. You don't need to worry about getting them smaller than that because, again, this is a very powerful machine that only a very stupid person could not figure out how to use. Next, half a cup of red wine. Nobody's panicking. This is fun. Can you see it? I hope so. It may seem like there are a lot of ingredients actually, but it's not so much of one thing so that anything is overwhelming or a bit, I don't know, whatever. What I was going to say is now I have red wine soaked onions. Okay, who doesn't love that? Just a mouthful of mustard. That's hot. Ooh. Quarter cup of Dijon mustard. I am the Vanna White of putting mustard in sauces. So we are using syrup as a swap-in for honey. One, because it's what we have on hand, and two, because I like this sauce sweet. I don't want to have to put additional ketchup on anything when it's done. I want it to just taste as though it was covered in sugar to begin with, you know? Sugary meat. We have no choice but to stand. Are you having fun, Michael? Mm-hmm. How much would you say? How much fun are you having?
A lot of fun.
We have fun here in this apartment. Ugh, acid. More liquid. I will remind you this is going to bathe a 5-pound piece of meat. It's just going to be overwhelming combination of flavors to the face. Ew, now I'm like Guy Fieri light. 1 cup of ketchup. I love ketchup, it's my favorite. Do you know, when we started workshopping this show, the thing I was most excited about was the idea of just squeezing a full cup of ketchup while making direct eye contact into the camera, because I really thought that would upset people a lot. I think it will. I think I'm gonna be right about that. I just wish you could see the look Michael is giving me. Probably should call my mother soon. She can probably sense from afar that she should be ashamed of my behavior. Now I'm having fun. I'm gonna give it a hit of mirin just for fun. Finally, before we go ahead and puree the living hell out of all of this, just give it some salt and pepper. I'm not gonna make a joke about kosher salt. Do whatever feels right in your heart. And now we are going to calmly and steadily put the top of the food processor, which I'm sure has a name, but I don't know what it is, on top of it and make all of this become one. We're going to do it seamlessly and with confidence. Nice. I just want to let the record show that I have never once in my entire 29 years on this planet attempted to put the lid on a food processor and done it in one fell swoop. This is where I earned my Webby. So you are gonna want it so that there's no bit of what I like to call chonk. There's no chunks of onions in here. Nothing is anything but smooth. I smell wine and mustard. Okay, I feel good about that. What you do next, which again you do with confidence and poise. Ugh, I sound like an ad for a menstrual pad. And then you remove it from its hub. You pour it into a bowl. You know, I knew something was gonna happen. I didn't think that was going to be it. I deserve that. It's fine. Don't do this at home. but all the rest is totally fine and you should trust me. So what I'm going to do now, can't see that, is whisk olive oil and Coca-Cola into this bowl of sauce. You know, I did almost call my mother to ask her if we could use Diet Coke because that was what we had in the fridge, but I was scared she would excommunicate me from the family. So 1.5 cups of regular Coke it is. We can ask her after the fact if my instincts were correct, which I suspect they are. Okay, so we're just gonna whisk that with authority. I need a synonym for confidence. Look at us whisking properly. If you're gonna give me side eye the whole time, then just come here and do it. Really, I might have a new show, but my marriage might be ending. Love this narrative for me. As I was saying, 1/2 cup of olive oil, and I'm emulsifying. I am emulsifying so hard it's not even funny. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, it's practically done if you ask me. We're gonna preheat the oven. Okay. 325, low and slow. Hang on. Okay. Look at it, just creating theme park fun from the comfort and safety of our apartment. Here's a bad idea. Woo! I did just almost die on camera. Literally, my husband didn't even look up. It's fine. I guess he hates me. Woo! Okay. I have patted dry my gigantic brisket, which, by the way, looks like a dinosaur's footprint. Like if I saw that imprinted into the soil, I would think something very large had been there at a very long time ago is what I'm trying to say. All of our beautifully chunked up root vegetables at the bottom of this gigantic roasting pan. As you can see, spread them out all nicely. I'm so out of breath from my near-death experience. Woo! It's not even funny. I'm gonna take the brisket. I'm going to place it gently, again, with confidence and poise, into the giant roasting pan, fatty side up. We're gonna dump this sauce on top of it, just like Jackson Pollock that. We're gonna throw it in the oven. Then in about 3 hours, gonna flip it all over, do it again. It's gonna be great. First things first. 5 pounds of slippery brisket. Oh my God, it's so slippery. I can't show it to you. I'm also the Vanna White of showing off my brisket. Gently and lovingly place that in. No regrets. Three hours later. All right. Oh my God, it's so heavy. 1, 2. Oh, yeah. I would at this point in time like to apologize for the manic pixie Ashkenazi energy I was exuding earlier. I think I was worried about getting to this point. What is that? If she doesn't pick up, what's up?
Hello?
Hi.
What's going on?
Can you help me flip a brisket?
Oh, it's got a long way left to cook, young lady. Try a fork and a spatula to help guide it so it doesn't splash, because usually if you just turn it over with a fork, it's gonna splash.
Right, you need like leverage. Okay.
You need to like gently ease it.
Okay, stab it.
Stab it. Pick it up gently and ease it back with the spatula under, the side that's gonna hit the water first, hit the juice first.
All right, all right. Oh God. Okay, so now I've stabbed it too far and I find myself precariously stuck with a standing brisket.
Okay, well, you should ease it back in. You should ease it back toward the juice, to the pan.
I understand that, but I've impaled my brisket fully.
Just lay it over.
What do you mean lay it over?
Complete the turn, you're halfway.
I'm not. Then I have to extract the fork. Okay, this is fine.
Let me see.
You can't, you're just stuck there.
Oh, great. Just what I like, being stuck in the middle with the two of you.
You love it.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
Woo!
Okay. See? There you go. Okay, so you're probably looking at another 3 hours of cooking. So at this point, I would not cover it. I would put it back in on this side for about an hour and a half and take it.
So back in, uncovered for at least another hour and a half, check on it another hour and a half after that.
Yeah, but we'll have to play it by ear, but let's see how it goes.
Okay, so I'm gonna put this back in and I will check in with you later.
See you later.
Bye. This is gonna be fine. It's gonna be more than fine. It smells really good in here. Just reaching for positives here for a second. Just give me a minute, I'll come up with some more. And we will never go hungry. Back in, uncovered. Ooh. Just a mental checklist real quick. I have my mic on so you can hear me. I have the lights on properly so you can see me. My mother has told me all the ways I'm f***ing this up. We are unfazed. And I once again, in this 3-hour interval, am going to molt. And I'll be back with you shortly, fully clothed. And we'll see where we're at for the night. Okay, we're on hour 7,436 of this brisket experiment. I have taken off all of my makeup and have pounds of eye cream on, which honestly makes me think I'm gonna get like 80 DMs that are telling me I remind people of Mrs. Maisel, but like not in a good way. Per Liz's instructions, we are about to take the brisket out, in all seriousness, about 6 hours after it first went in. And I'm just gonna show her the level of caramelization we've achieved so that I know that we're done for the evening. I'm not quite convinced we are.
Hello, Brisket Central.
So, it's been in for more than 6 hours.
Wow. Okay.
It smells like garlic and ketchup.
Okay.
And it's bubbling.
Okay. Is it caramelized?
Well, I'm gonna show you and you can tell me.
Okay, let me see.
Yes, it's caramelized. Brisket squats.
Okay, tilt it.
Well, there's only so much I can tilt it.
Oh, you are my daughter. Nice. That's great. Does it come apart a little bit when you try to slice it? Have you tried to slice it at all?
I wouldn't describe it as falling apart.
Okay.
I'm getting some resistance.
Flip it and cook it for 1 more hour.
Flip it again, even though I've achieved beautiful, sexy caramelization on the top.
Then you'll just achieve caramelization on the other side.
Okay.
I would give it 1 more hour, flip it 1 more hour.
So you are spitting in the face of caramelization. I'm doing it, by the way. Oof, okay. Listen, it's falling apart a bit on the edges, so that's good.
Yeah, I think 1 more hour max. That's it. Like maybe even check in 45 minutes.
Okay. Per Liz's instructions, we saw caramelization. We ignored it completely. We flipped everything over, and we are putting it back in the oven, which officially means I will be up past my bedtime tonight. Back in we go. Ooh, I'm serious. I do feel like pot roast squats is gonna be a thing. I believe I can make it happen. Ugh. Boom. Oh my God, it's only 8:30. I literally thought it was maybe 10:30 in the evening. Oh, she's gorgeous. All right. This is amazing. It shrunk a lot. I think it was meant to do that. It smells a lot like it smells when I make it at home with my mom. All things considered, I would say we crushed it. Are crushing it. Again, we're like 2/3 of the way through here. I'm just babbling because I'm exhausted. I'm going to bed now. Good night. Good morning. It is 8 a.m. on this lovely Monday morning, which means the brisket has been in the fridge for about 13 hours? I don't remember what time we wrapped things up last night. But then I'm about to take out a slab of meat so big that it'll feed me for a week and make me forget about all my anxieties. What we're gonna do is take out the huge piece of meat. I keep calling it that. I don't know what else it would be. There we go. Okay. This is great, you guys. It's going super well. Not into this angle. This is what she looks like after full 8 hours. Didn't I just say 13 hours? Jesus, I'm really off my game. So, remove the fat from the sauce specifically. Slice it up. That should be fun. Throw it back in the oven. Take it out. Show you how f***ing gorgeous it is. I mean, you understand what fat is. I'm not gonna mansplain fat to you. Nobody needs that. Yeah, so they're just like entire chunks of fat coming off of it, and also that oil that I never did really emulsify. How do I show you actively that I am slicing it? All right, this is about as crafty of a solution as I can come up with at whatever time in the morning after working with the same piece of meat for a million hours. But it's cool. We're gonna cut like super thin slices. Ooh, look how easily that happens. Though I guess you can't see because I have no idea what I'm doing. And I will tell you that is about my barometer of thickness. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. The one year my mom attempted to slice it even thinner and left it on a platter on our countertop at home, Waffle did jump up and just like slurp down like 7 slices in one go. So really the appropriate thickness is slightly thicker than your dog could choke down if he could access it. It almost looks like a rib. There we go, like an individual rib if done right. This is gonna go back into the oven at 350 rather than yesterday's 325 until I say so, but mostly like probably for half an hour. Into the oven, 350. I might put it in for another hour just to get it as tender as humanly possible. And just to say that I cooked a brisket for like the longest amount of time that anyone has cooked a brisket ever. I think that could be fun for me to hold that title. So I'll check back in with you in a little bit. Okay. I don't know about you, but I am ready for my final brisket squat of this whole debacle. I am going to take this out of the oven. We're gonna stick it with a fork to make sure it is as delightfully tender as I have continued to promise. Woo! Okay. Oh my God, okay. This is like almost like spare rib in consistency. Soft as tastes like New Jersey. Ew, there's a pigeon on my balcony. So yes, we were very excited for the transformation of the meat, the before and after of it all. But what's most exciting is the sauce that is going to be in such excessive quantities in each bite. Oh my God. I hate to tell you, but if a sauce could be voluptuous, this would be that sauce. In all seriousness, you taste like the caramel that comes in a regular Coke. You get a punch of salt to the face, which is the soy and the mirin, which tastes so nice on these vegetables, I can't even begin to tell you. And there is, even though I like really doubted my mom on this crust that's built up on either side that is like the buildup of that sugar and that salt, and is so nicely adhered to the brisket itself that you are getting it in every single bite. Oh, I know it's so hard to believe that I could possibly be in a good mood for a prolonged period of time, but I have to imagine that as long as I have this in my apartment, which will be for about 7 business days, oh, I won't be able to help but be happy. There's something so simple and celebratory about this. I'm sweating. Okay, no. All of this is to say, if you are looking for something lush and soul-warming to eat over the course of a week because you don't want to be stressed, you don't want to be making things on a weeknight, which I absolutely understand, there's no reason why you can't do this. You just have to give it a lot of heat, a lot of sugar, a lot of love, some encouragement from my mother. But yeah, this has been a fun way to start off our new series. I'm excited to take you along on other recipes that really kind of defined my childhood that I'm trying for the first time by myself, which is an experiment that is sure to be fun to watch. I will see you soon. Been real.